Because softness is not silence, and rage, when it's rooted in truth, it is sacred, clarifying, transformational. I often say that sacred rage is the fire that doesn't burn. It rebuilds. It rebuilds us.
And wisdom is knowing when to be fire in times of water and when to be water in times of fire. We are living in interesting times, and it may be that we're being called to be water precisely because we need to protect the flame. So when I hear those words, when I hear sacred rage, I feel something rise in me that is fierce and clear, and it feels truthful. Haiti represents one of the most profound embodiments of sacred rage. And a sacred rage unlike anything the world has ever seen. That level of liberation, that sacred rage, is love. It's the fiercest form of love.
Yeah, there's always something that is being perpetuated to divide us. Whereas if we collected that rage, we could do so much.
There's an African proverb that says, when we don't cry tears, we cry blood. The diseases are collective diseases because we live in a collective trauma field.
Right.
So when we begin to understand that this is beyond that one trauma of yours, this is beyond that one behavior, that this is systemic, and then we can start having compassion for ourselves that, oh my God, we're dealing with things that are bigger than us. We come together as a community to heal because we didn't just inherit trauma, we inherited a lot of resources.
Yes, we do. Because as the original people on this earth, we have this natural inclination to embrace everyone. And I think it's time for us to collectively heal. And when I talk about collective healing, they're not like us. We came here empowered, even with nothing but resilience. Someone told us to be ladylike. Yeah, someone told us to not lose our temper and to hold ourselves together and hold it in. What the hell? No, sometimes we gotta break some shit. I'm sorry.
I now can attune to myself when I'm upset. I know what individual me is like. Yeah. Individual me, when I'm upset, is going to manifest as some version of water, calm, clear, collected, set boundaries. When I'm ancestrally or collectively activated, it's more warrior, it's fire.
We did land there, but it's been weaponized against us. And yet our rage has always been rooted in survival, in love, and in clarity. Yeah.
And really, anger typically stems from a boundary violation. When our no is not respected,
yes,
it's normal to have an angry reaction, to say no, pushing away, to set a boundary. That's the right that every animal has. I would say that softness is the return to our original nature. It's the return to our true essence. So in my healing spaces, we sit, we breathe, and we feel. And we don't force. We don't rush. If we look at if we approach our inner architecture as a garden, we would have more self-compassion because we don't judge a garden. With trauma, we tend to go up and out of the body. And so with trauma healing, the invitation is to return to the body. When we come together in groups, we can witness each other's pain. And when that pain is properly witnessed and felt, and witness and compassion, we can integrate. And integration is key because each time we are traumatized, parts of us get frozen at that age. So when that happens, There's a layer of shame. It's, oh my God, I love this person and I thought the best of them. They're rejecting me, or they're abandoning me, or they broke my trust, or they laughed at me.
Yeah.
So there's the shame, and then for having been betrayed in that way, there's a rage that we feel that is called primal rage. The false self is acceptable, but it's not real. The authentic self is the one that's buried under the rage, under the shame, and it needs tending. When we integrate that authentic self, that's the one that's carrying the torch of our sacred rage.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that carries the light of our mission.
Our rage is not violent. It's just a resurgence of consciousness I'm seeing amongst Haitians.
My final thought would be to encourage everyone to fall in love with the boring, consistent practice that it takes to heal. A lot of times, if we can fall in love with consistent, boring practices, we'll be amazed by the level of healing that's possible.
The rebellion doesn't always look like war. Sometimes it looks like telling the truth, even if your voice shakes. Fear will always be lingering,